Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 9 to the Skies, and today is very exciting because if I get this wrong I could blow things up and that wouldn't be good, would it? Right, so today we are getting into the fission reactor, and last time to prepare for that we got the fissile fuel going, and I've had this running a little bit and it's doing alright, but as you can see the sulfur dioxide is still struggling, and there is a reason for that which I do intend to fix very soon. The pulverizers are doing alright, but they're not doing well enough because this is not backing up now, so these hardly have anything to get through, so this may not be enough once I speed these up, but for now it's actually way more than I need because this isn't fast enough. I've upgraded the integral components to the stellar one, and I kept referring to the melodic integral component last time as the top one, but it's not. I don't know why I just didn't go straight for this one because it is a fairly cheap thing to do. So it's only the ingots you need to do in the induction smelter, and it's just nether stars, netherite and clay, which may seem pretty expensive, but we've got all that automated, and the rest of it all pretty cheap. We already had the integral components, so I just took them out of here and put them into there. But what I really want to get done is upgrade everything to these flux linkage amplifiers, the shellite ones, and in all of these we don't have any. So let's see what happens when we try and do this. So if we have a look at this, I want 60 of these, but the thing I'm missing, despite having all of this crazy stuff and tons of shulker shells, is soul sand. So yeah, I was doing this with witch water originally, and I definitely don't want to do that because it's really noisy. So instead of doing that, I think I'm going to get into create and do this with the encased fan. Much easier, just dropping sand in front of that. So we will do that in a minute, but let's first have a look at the area I've set up to set up the fission reactor. I've also added a waystone in for it, so if we just click on the fission reactor, it'll take us over here, and it is pretty much the same as the base. And can we see it? Yeah, so we're a little bit away from the island, and that's because this thing, if it goes wrong and blows up, it can cause radiation to spill out into the whole area, which you take damage from constantly, and it's just a bit of a pain. So I've done it over here a little bit, and I think this is outside of the range of it being a problem, so we'll see. Anyway, hopefully we won't get it wrong and that won't be a problem. So over here I've been setting up a few things as well. I've crafted up all these fission reactor casings, I've got the control rod assemblies, and this is the right amount for what I need, and I've also crafted up what they're called, these things, the fission and fuel assemblies. Now, I think if I worked it out right, I need 1400 of these, and they are quite expensive. It's a lot of lead, a lot of steel, and the basic chemical tank. So yeah, having thousands of them, it's a bit ridiculous, but that's what we're going for. So we're not doing the max size. Are you actually kidding me? So we're not going for the max size. What we're going to do, if you look at the chunks, we're going to center this on a chunk. So the max size for this is 18 by 18 by 18. So we could do that, but when you have multi-block structures going across chunk borders, they can do weird things. Now, you don't want it to do weird things if there's a chance that it could blow up. So I'm going to do this all contained within one chunk, so hopefully there shouldn't be any weird loading issues. So we're going to have 16 by 16 and then go 18 high. So I think that should be more than big enough for what we need. So to get the fissile fuel over here, I'm going to use a quantum entangle porter. Now let's just put this down here somewhere, like that. And I've already set up the fissile fuel, and if we look in there, I already have 8,000 buckets coming in. So I've already piped that out from my AE2 system into another one over there. So we've already got that set up ready to go. We also need water, so I've done a few sinks. There are probably better ways of doing this, but I think if I have a few sinks with a few pipes fully upgraded, that should be okay. We've got the reactor ports and the reactor casing, which again, quite expensive with the steel casing and a lead, and then a few pressurized tubes. So we need to get a couple more things to get this set up, but first let's get into create, get the soul sand going, so hopefully we'll have that sulfur dioxide coming in a bit more consistently. Okay, so back on the main island, I've got a few things on me that I'm going to need to get this set up, so we're going to do this really basic for now. We're going to get into create a little bit later on and do some more advanced stuff, but for now we're just going to go with the large water wheel. So let's just set this up together. Now I was going to do this where I could connect this up to my ME system, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to do it manual for now, as I just need a few to get these flux linkage amplifiers going. So we'll just do this. So we need a gap of 5, don't we? And then how far do I go? Like that. There we go. That is a big monstrosity. So we'll just put the, which way should we go? Let's put the water in that way, and then so we'll go over here. And then I am gonna need to gear this down, but I didn't get any cogs, did I? With these encased fans, the best thing to do is have them running at 1 RPM, and then they don't have things flying everywhere. So let's just get a few of these. Not sure how many I need. Let's grab that and 3 of those. Actually, this is at 4 RPM, isn't it? So if I just do this twice, that should be enough. Okay, so to gear things down, we just need to put a small cog on the source, and then we'll put a large cog there. Actually, no, that looks terrible, and we're going up a bit anyway, aren't we? So let's go like that, and then we'll have a small one there, and the side casing on there, and then we can put a large cog No, not like that. That one there. Oh, no, that did not just happen. As you can see, I'm really good at create. Right, let's put that back like that. And now that should be at 1 RPM, if I've done that right. Yeah, because that's at 4, that's at 2, and then that's at 1, so that's right. Actually, let's put a shaft in there so we can add some other things in if we need to. Then we'll put an encased fan there like that. Put the soul campfire in front of it. And now if we throw sand down in front of there, that will, after a few seconds, turn into soul sand. So we'll just put a few blocks around this so it doesn't go everywhere. And just do that like that. No, no, don't do it to me. Right, so let's grab some sand. And then if we just throw all of this in here, I think it takes 7 seconds. No magnet. Let's try that again. And then from there, we can just put that straight into the ME system. And we should have everything we need then to do the flux linkage amplifiers. Because I've been through and done all of the subcrafts for it, all the stuff that's done in the pulverizer. So if we look in here now, it's only really the soul sand we need. Everything else, there was a long list before, but these are more like final crafts that we're going to use once we've got the soul sand. So yeah, right, that started turning now. So let's grab a bit of this. And this should be fairly easy to automate as well once we get around to that. But for now, I think this should do. Let's get that from the corner so we don't get ghosted. Put that in there. And let's see if we've got enough to do that now. So 60 of those. Anywhere near. Right, so we're about halfway there. So let's grab a few more stacks of that. Put that in there. And I'm pleased that shortcut does work. All it did there was press Control, Shift and Q while hovering over the sand, and it threw everything I had into there. So let's just wait for that one. Right, so that's the soul sand all done. So can I grab that from here? Probably not. Right. So put that in there. And the other thing we need to do with the soul sand, why I want to get it automated, if we look at the usages of this, if we sieve this in any of the sieves, we get the prosperity shard, and I hardly have any of this. So if I'm looking, I can go about 500. Yeah, 500, which is nowhere near enough, because we want to get into mystical agriculture soon, and we need to do that for the star. So that is going to be essential to get that automated. So the soul sand definitely will be happening soon, but this is the basic process. We just need to automate it and get it linked up, and that should be nice and easy. Right, let's craft these things. Right, so I've got everything we need for that now, so get that going. And it's probably going to take a while because it needs to turn all of that into soul sand dust. So yeah, we'll leave that to do its thing. And the fissile fuel should be fairly, yeah, we've got 35,000 now plus the 8,000 that we've got in the quantum entangle porter. So let's get back over to the little island we've got over here, and we'll make a start on building this fission reactor. Right, so first thing we need is the fission reactor casing. I really should have worked out how much of this I need, but let's just go with this for now. So grab my wand, wherever that is, there it is. And this does look like smooth stone, but it is fission reactor casing. Definitely a lot more expensive than smooth stone, so definitely don't want to waste this, but let's just get this down here. So if we pull out my offhand, and we want a full layer of that down there, and then we also want to do this in the corners as well. And this is going to go up 18 blocks in total, including this layer. So if we just go 17 blocks up from here, and then we can put the rest of it in. Right, so that's 17 there, and then I can just put the edges in along here. And I'm sure there's a building gadget that'll make this easier, but it's 18 blocks on each corner, isn't it? It's not the worst thing in the world. So I'll just do this manually, because I'm so good at building, as you can see. Right, so that's all that gone already. That's all there is, right? Yeah, definitely going to need some more of this. So yeah, for the size of this, the reason I haven't crafted loads is because I'm going to use the reactor glass in the sides. So I just wanted to get the basic frame in. We can put the control rods in, and then once we've got all that in, we can put the glass around the side. But actually, we're not that far off, are we? So let's just put this last corner in. So I'm 16 short. That's not bad at all. Let's get some more of that. Take those, and 2 there. And then 14 should be right for this gap here. And finally down there. Right, that's great. Okay, so the next thing we need to put in, we should have everything in here. And that's the control rod assembly. These are what go on top. But I've also crafted up these things, the fission fuel assembly. Now, I've only got 1,000 of them, which sounds like quite a lot, but I think I need about 1,400. So let's just grab all of these. And to do this, you need to put these in like a checkerboard pattern like this all the way across the whole thing. And the reason for that is these control rod assemblies, these go on the top of these towers, but these can't touch each other. So having them like this is the most efficient way of doing it. So let's just do this. Now, unfortunately, because it's in a pattern like this, there's no easy way of doing it, but we only need to do one layer like this, and then we can use the wand, if we do it right, to put all the other layers in. So, yeah, bit manual for now, but it's going to be worth it. And that is the flux linkage amplifiers done. So I'll just get this bottom layer in, and then we can go add those into the pulverizers, and hopefully that should help with the sulfur dioxide issues. Alright, that's the bottom layer in. Let's just have a fly up, and I think that looks about right. I don't think I missed any there. So now let's just see if this works. Go like that with this, and then that should stack them all up. Very nice. And this is, I think it's 98 on each layer. That's why we need so many. And yeah, we're nearly there actually. But yeah, that's all those gone out, and that's about, it's about 2/3 of it, isn't it? Maybe slightly less than that, just over half. So yeah, I'm gonna need, I think it's another 400 I need, about 500. So I'll work it out and I'll get the exact amount that I need. But for now, let's get back over there and get these pulverizers up and running. Right, so I'll grab these flux linkage amplifiers, and if we come in here, we should just be able to shift click these in. So if they've already got them in, if I try doing it, it won't let me. So I can just, alright, so I just need to right click 3 times on each one. And last 2, and last 1. Right, so now those are all running at full speed. I don't think I can actually increase that any more than that. So that should be pretty good, and hopefully, yeah, is that going up now? That is going up. They are getting used very fast as well, but it is definitely using less than we're producing, so that's good. So we'll maybe even be able to get some more of these chemical oxidizers in, producing more of the sulfur dioxide. But let's just have a, actually, let's go around to the other one so we can just see what's coming in here. So yeah, sulfur dioxide is now going up, so that means we have a backlog of everything. I think that's pretty good. So we'll go there. Hydrofluoric acid. So, oh, we're not producing enough of this stuff now. Oh, am I out of uranium? No, that's not good. I am out of uranium. How did that happen? So we'll get the uranium ore chunk from sieving deep slit, which we definitely are doing. But at the minute, we're just cooking this up. We're just crafting them into the blocks and cooking them. So we should probably get on with fortuning that if we can, or maybe even just processing it through Mekanism. Maybe go to the 5 times. That would be pretty good. But yeah, that's a bit of a problem. That I didn't realise that had all gone. Never mind. But I think with the fissile fuel that we've got, yeah, 35,000, we should be all right. So let's not worry too much about the uranium for now. I think I still should be producing some of it, and these are all clogged up. Oh no, did I take the? Which is this one? That's the blackstone. This is the deep slit, isn't it? So I should still be getting a little bit of uranium. Unless these are all broken. Oh, these broken. Just backed up. My modular router had clogged up with prismarine shards of all things, so I've just fixed that, but now there's a bit of a backlog in here. So there is a bit of uranium in there. So once it gets through all this, we should start getting a bit more coming through. Right, so let's get all the stuff crafted for this reactor, and we can get it finished. Right, so first thing is the reactor glass, and I think if I've worked out right, I need 1148 of those. So get those going. Hopefully that's not over the top. And I believe in total for these, I need 1,470, and we've already placed 1,000, so let's just get 470 more of these. This is a crazy amount of stuff, but it needs to be done, so let's leave that to do that. We'll have a sleep, and we can get this built. Right, so I've got all those now, so let's get the rest of these in, and hopefully this should be the exact right amount, but these should just go up to one below the top section, so this, in theory, should be the last layer. I've got 8 left. Oh no, I missed, oh, it's because I was stood there, wasn't it? Right, okay, let's bang those in. But oh, I've got some missing up. Well, what's happened here? Right. Now, that is everything I've got. So that should be all of them done. And it looks like everything's worked everywhere else. Right, that's good. So if I now put these in my offhand and take my wand again and put these on here, that should be all of those in. Yes, and then we just need to put either the fission reactor casing or the reactor glass on top, and we should be good. But before we do that, let's just put the ports in, because we've got those here. Now, how are we going to do this? I see a lot of people like put them together, but I think I'm just going to do them with a gap in between, just to make it a little bit easier, so we don't have to worry about pipes connecting and stuff. So let's do that, and then we'll get the reactor glass. That should be, it looks like it's too much, but apparently this is the exact right amount I need, but that is according to my calculations, so don't mean it's right. Okay, so let's just go along here. I really hope I don't misplace this, because that could be really annoying. Actually, I could just go from the... Oh no, because I do... No, let's not do it that way. Let's just go up like this. Actually, can we change this vertical column as well, wouldn't it? Yeah, there we go. Right. Feel a bit safer doing that like that now. And then put those down there. Right, so that's all that side done. Might as well do the... Ooh, what's happened there? No, no rain. Don't want rain. Right. Hopefully it hasn't done anything in the middle, because that would be really annoying. Okay. Let's just put horizontal column like that. And then finally just do the other three sides, and we should be good. Now I am definitely getting through this eye, so it probably will use everything. So that's all of it. Oh, now, looking at it now, it looks like there's not enough. Alright. Alright, so that's two sides and the roof done. And that's already done in there as well, isn't it? That's really worrying, that. Okay. And then just this last side. Hopefully this is enough. And I've got 60 left over. That's a little bit worrying, because I thought I'd done the right amount there. Now, did that form? So put that there, right. So we've got the red particles. So that... we take that out of the offhand. So right, yeah, that is there now. So that is working. That is a fully formed fission reactor. So now we just need to set up the ports. And so what? There's obviously... So now we just need to set up the ports. So we need 2 for input. And one of them is going to be fissile fuel. One of them is going to be water. And then we need 2 outputs. So one is the coolant output. And one is the waste output. So we'll put that one to output coolant. And then this one to output waste. And this is the one that we really want. Believe it or not, the waste is why we're doing all of this big crazy thing. We just want the waste. So, pressurized tube, we'll put that on there like that. And then for here, we want the gases to be ejected out the top and eject on. So now if we look in there, that has 8,000 buckets of fissile fuel. So that's everything that was in there. So it's now importing it from the ME system. So maybe this needs speeding up a bit. Don't think that's going very fast. Anyway, we'll figure that out in a minute. Next thing, we'll do the water. Now, I don't know if I can just do this on one pipe, but I know I'm going to need definitely more than one of these things. The way I'm doing it anyway, I'm going to need more than one of these. So let's do 6. And if we put these pipes here like that, grab the pipe wrench and set all of these to extract, and then we can just put these things into here so they go crazy fast. Now I'm hoping 6 of these with these on should be enough. That like that. If we look in there, yeah, that water is filling up. It holds an absolutely massive amount, which is why we need so many of these. But once that gets up there, it should be able to stay there once we start using it. So we'll see. Anyway, this is where the steam comes out, but we're not going to be using this. So we have this fluid trash can, even though it's a gas. If we just put that on there, I believe that is all you need to do. So then the main one is the waste output. And for this, let's have a look at the nuclear waste, which is what we're going to be producing. We need to take this and we can either put it into an isotopic centrifuge to get the plutonium, or into a solar neutron activator to get polonium. Now, we are going to need to do both of these things, but for the quest that we're doing this for, we want the red matter, don't we? So let's have a look at the ProjectE quest. And for this, we're looking at red matter, and the recipe for that is the plutonium. So the plutonium is the one that we're going to do first. Plutonium, and we get that from the isotopic centrifuge. So let's craft another one of those. And you know what? While we're here, we might as well do the solar neutron activator as well. There may be another quest for doing this. Oh, no, I need HDP for that. That's why it's in the quest, because I need to get that done. Right. Okay, other things we need is the waste barrel, isn't it? So we need a few of these. And what we can do with this is once the nuclear waste is used, we still have spent nuclear waste. And that is radioactive, so we can't just dump it anywhere. But if we put it into these barrels, these do actually get rid of it at 1 millibucket per tick, or 1 millibucket a second it does it. So if we have a few of these and pipe it into all of them, it will eventually get rid of it all. So let's craft up a few of these. So we need some steel first. Let's just get that. Let's just get some of that going. Right, how is this doing? We got, right, the water is nearly there. Fissile fuel is full in there now. And if we just look at the stats, this is doing a really, really low burn rate for this size anyway. So we should be alright with that. Tell you what, I'm just going to click it on, see what happens. Let's do it. Right, so the coolant isn't going up. Nuclear waste, we have 14 millibuckets, so that is good. That's going up. And heat, very low. Oh yeah, damage is there, so that means it's more than okay with running it at this speed. So we can speed it up, but before we do that, we'll get this exporting properly and then not have to worry about it. Right, so those steel ingots are done now. So let's craft up some of those barrels. Can I stack it? Yeah, let's get 12. Yeah, I'll go with that for now. And I think it's the ultimate pressurized tube we use for this. Might be wrong on that, but let's go with that for now. So once we start piping this up, we need to make sure we've got it right, because if we break these pipes and it's got the nuclear waste inside of it, yeah, bad things happen and we get radiation. So, speaking of which, one of the things I've been doing between episodes is going through all of the mechanism quests, and I believe I've got most of these done now. So the only thing we haven't done yet is the HDPE, which is what we need to get the solar neutron activator, but everything else I think I've done. I can't see anything else. So it was basically just crafting up each level of the tanks and the installers, the energy cubes, all of the upgrades that I never use, each level of the pipe. So yeah, really boring stuff, but all these machines, these are all done as well, so it's just the HDPE. So the next page we could work on is the advanced mechanism, and this is some of the stuff that we're doing right now. So this is all the fission reactor, but the first thing to get going is actually the radiation suit. So I might as well do this because, you know, it could come in handy. Hopefully it won't be needed. So if we just have a look in here, this is the hazmat suit. So do I have, right, it's lead and orange dye. So I think I've got all that. Let's just craft all this up. Pants. And then finally, yeah, it's those ones, even though these are black, these are the right ones. Okay, right, so I've got all that done. Now, has that unlocked anything in here? Okay, so I need to take one off in here first. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I'll take that off. Never mind. Anyway, I'm not stalling. Definitely going to do this now. What I'm thinking is I might need a buffer for the waste before it goes into the isotopic centrifuge. But if we put it into these things, it's going to start decaying, isn't it? So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pipe it straight in. And if we're getting too much, I can just basically shut this thing off. So let's do that. Let's get this thing just put down here. Now I am going to, because we're switching the machines out, I'm not sure how to do this. Should we just go like that and just pipe it straight in? Yeah, why not? Let's just do it. So I'm also going to, this is the output on the front. So gases, output, this one here. So go like that. We can go down, can't we? Right, yeah. So we can just go like that. And that is now actually doing it. That we're actually getting. Okay, right. We're there. So I should probably get these waste barrels in. And I can just power this thing. Although, yeah, let's get the waste barrels in first. So let's put all these down. Now, I really hope this is the gas that, yeah. Oh no, that's the, right, I've skipped a step here. So we're producing the plutonium now, which is coming out of this pipe. But then we need to put this into a pressurized reaction chamber with fluorite dust. And that'll give us the plutonium pellet, but also the spent nuclear waste, which is what we need to get rid of here. So, can I break that? Or is that going to be really, really bad? Yeah, I can't, can I? Right, so this is going to be a janky setup now because I've done this wrong. Well, I suppose if I just use up everything I've got in here, which there's not a lot, it'll use up everything out the pipes and then I can break it. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, let's go with that. I do already have one there. So let's put that down there like that. And then we also need water going into there as well. I really should have thought about how neat this setup looks, shouldn't I? But never mind. Alright, so I've got water in there, plutonium, and then we just need to get some fluorite dust. I don't think I've done that yet, have I? Right, so I'll do this in a crusher. Right, I need to go set up that pattern. So we'll get that sorted. And then hopefully we can clear this out and make it look a little bit neater. Actually, we can do that now, can't we? Because all of the plutonium's gone into there. We don't have any... Oh, there's still some nuclear waste in there, though. But there's none in there. So I'm going to go for it. Alright, so I've still got nuclear waste in it. There was nothing in the pipe. And there's a little bit in there. So if we just process that. Oh, can I? Alright, no, it needs a full bucket. So I'm going to need to leave it like this. Yeah, alright. Put that like that. Right, so let's get the fluorite dust set up and get this going. Right, so I've got the pattern set up, and I'm just down here where I'm exporting my fissile fuel, and I'm going to use the same thing to send over the fluorite dust. Now, I'm not sure if I can put it in this side as well, because I've got a crafting card, and I also want, so I'll get the fluorite dust, I want to send that into there. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to work, but there's one way to find out. Let's go over to the fission reactor and see if we can get it going. Right, nothing's blown up yet. That's a good sign. I've done this so horribly, haven't I? And remember, I can't move anything once I place it down, so let's put that there. And it's items we want from this, isn't it? So let's, same frequency, and then we want items. Oh, I didn't check the item import on the other one, but anyway, let's go on extract on there, and if we change that to output, checks on, and then make sure this input is on. Just need to check the input on the other one. Right, so items, yeah, need to change that to input, and hopefully that should be doing it now. That was going down then, wasn't it? Yeah, that is definitely going down. I'm not using it anywhere else, so hopefully that should be going over there now. Okay, so do we have, no, so do I need to add another frequency? But then it'd switch it to that, wouldn't it? Right, so I've set this up separately now. I have a separate quantum entangler porter and another export bus with the fluorite going into there, acceleration cards, and the crafting card in that one. So now, he says, I think that should be it. Right, so that does have 64 fluorite in there. So I want that to output that way, but it's not doing it, is it? Oh, there we go. Plutonium doesn't decay inside a radioactive waste barrel. That's good to know. I can use that as a buffer if I need to. Right, so top is input. Right, so it probably would have worked if I did it in that one. It was just me being a little bit silly. So if we go into this export, I don't want fluorite going into there. I want fluorite dust. So put that in there. That's the whole point of the crafting card, so it can create this as it exports it. So yeah, that should be it now. Okay, so does that have anything in there? Does not. So if I put that on there like that, right, I've just crafted a bit of this up because that thing is just really annoying me now. So I'll put that in there, and I believe this needs to get up to 1,000 anyway. So I suppose we should just turn this back on and maybe crank it up a little bit. So let's go in here. I'm going to set it to 1 millibucket per tick. That's still nowhere near. It should be able to go way higher than that. But let's do that and see what starts happening here. So we've got anything into here. Right, so that is going up a little bit, so almost at 100. That's good. So once that gets to 1,000, we should process this and it'll go into the plutonium pellet. And then we also just need to, oh, this could be awkward. Could have done with moving that pipe, to be honest. Just do that like that. Change that to input. And then for the gases, we'll put input on top. Yep. Right, there's nothing in there. So let's bring that. We'll put that on there. And the reason I'm doing that is I didn't want this pipe to connect to the one that I'm going to put on here like this. Like that. And then we can have that as the output for gases. Like that. So it's not there yet, but once that gets up to 1,000, that'll create some spent nuclear waste, and then that is just going to go into these and then decay over time. So let's get this going again. And do I dare leave it while I go sort out this fluorite, or shall I just craft a ton of it? Let's just do it manually for now. We'll sort out the automation of this later. So I'll just grab a ton of it, stick that into there, and that should keep us going for a while. We're not going to be getting an absolute ton of this stuff. So how's this doing? How's the fissile fuel doing as well? Right, so we're down to 21,000. So we are getting through this. Yeah, because we're out of the uranium as well, aren't we? So we definitely need to get that sorted as well. But yeah, the sulfur dust definitely doing great now. That is going up. So yeah, uranium is now the new problem. Needs to get that sorted. So let's see if we're anywhere with this. Right, 309. Right, so we'll just leave this to get up to the top, and then we should have our first plutonium pellet. Right, so taking a bit of a risk, and I've increased the speed of this to 10 millibuckets per tick. Still no damage, and the heat is definitely alright. But I think the fissile fuel is definitely going to start running out now, because once you increase this rate, it is just the amount of fuel that it's getting through. Although we are still at 21,000, so maybe not too bad. But I've also put the energy and the speed upgrades in here as well, because I completely forgot to do that. And yeah, these are going well now. We even have our first 2 plutonium pellets, so we'll take those. Nice. And that is about ready to do the next one as well, so that's really good. But I think with that, I think I'm going to stop that there, because I don't, right, the water can't quite keep up with this either. So I did say that this might be an issue, but I could put some more down. I don't have any more of the upgrades on me, so we'll may need to sort that. But tell you what, we'll set this down to 5 for now, and hopefully, can the water keep up with that? Yeah, that's going up, so the water will be able to keep up with that. But we're going to turn it off for now anyway. So we have our first 3 plutonium pellets. This is what we need for the supercritical phase shifter, but we also need the polonium pellets for that as well, and the HDPE, which we also haven't done, and we need these to get these as well. I suppose now we could get on with doing the red matter, couldn't we? Because we've already got that matter, got tons of the echo shards and the insanium essence. We now have our first plutonium pellet, so we can actually do the red matter. So let's go do that right now. Okay, so back over at the summoning altar, and I already have the pattern set up for the red matter, so that's in there ready to go. So now if I come in here and search for red matter, I should be able to do one of these. So just leave it at 1, just to give it a test. Next. Oh no, I haven't put plutonium in there, so let's do that. I have done a few more as well. I've been experimenting with the burn rate, and I've managed to get 8 of those now, and I have fixed a few other things as well, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. So let's just get one of these red matter. So 1, and that's all ready to go. So I'll click start on there. Everything's in there, and we have the red matter. Nice. So if we put that back in there, there we go. So that completes the craft. But anyway, we now have the red matter. So if we go into our quests, which, yeah, let's have a look at this one first. All I needed to do on this one was tick this, and it's unlocked all of these. So I've claimed all of these. And one of the really good rewards, I can't remember which one it was for, but I got some uranium essence seeds. So if we have a look in here, I've got uranium essence growing now. So we have 45 of those, and we can just craft 8 of these into 2 uranium ingots. So I'm definitely going to do that. At the moment though, I've only got them in this phytogenic insulator, and I have fully upgraded this, but it is still fairly slow. So I think I'm going to want to get a load of these planted, just like we did with the insanium essence, because uranium is something that we want to get through an absolute ton of. So I definitely need to get that done. And the problem is as well, is I'm using uranium for my main power reactors. So being out of uranium was a bit of a big deal. So if we just have a look down here, I think we are doing better now. But yeah, this one keeps draining, because I think all the power is mainly coming out of this one. But yeah, as you can see, they are all full at the minute. So we are doing all right. Let's just have a check on that. Yeah, so there's no uranium coming in at all. But I have tried to fix that a little bit. So if you come down here, where I had crushed deep slate sitting in here, you'll see this is going up a lot quicker now. And that's partly because I've upgraded this to stellar integral components. So we get 12 out of this for each one. But if you have a look up here, just hidden these out the way, I've also added another 3 igneous extruders, and these are all producing deep slate, and we get 12 every time from this as well. So I think I'm going to have an absolute ton of these, so we can get enough deep slate and get that down here, get that crushed, and get plenty of uranium. So this was producing so fast, there was a massive backlog in here, so I've had to upgrade this a bit. I've put 2 extra ultimate enriching factors on here, and this still does struggle sometimes. So yeah, we've still got tons of stuff coming in. This one is completely just for uranium, so any uranium that comes in will get prioritized and processed first, and then it goes through into here, and you can see the uranium is coming in a little bit. But then I did have 4 smelting factories anyway, but I replaced one of them with the unobtainium furnace, and this thing is absolutely ridiculous. Stuff hardly ever gets into this because it's prioritized this because it goes to nearest first, and this thing just cooks so quickly compared to these. It's absolutely mad. I could probably get rid of these 3 actually and just have this on its own. It'd be more than good enough to keep up with all this. So yeah, that is a nice little upgrade. And then back over here, I did tweak this a little bit, so I think I put the rate up to, oh no, I put it back up to 10 now. And the reason I can do that is because I've added in another 3 sinks. So we have 9 sinks there now, all with the ultimate pipe upgrades in. So these are going at a decent rate, and it does keep up with it. We have got 8 pellets out of this now, so it's not doing bad. But what's the fissile fuel doing? So the fissile fuel is going up again now, so that's good. That's because the uranium's coming in a little bit faster. But you'll see in here as well, I also have the fluorite dust coming through because I fixed that as well. Yeah, so what I did, I was trying to put the export bus straight into the quantum entangle porter, and for whatever reason that wasn't working. I don't know if that is the thing, it's supposed to work like that, but instead I just put a draw in between. So this is now pointing at here, creating fluorite dust with crafting card, and then that is just piped out into the quantum entangle portal, and this is working absolutely fine. So let's just have a look at these quests. So I've claimed all of these. The next bit is to get into the advanced power storage, so I need to start off with doing some lithium, but definitely can't do that just yet. And then there's just some other basic stuff. Some things down here I have already done, just not had it in my inventory after unlocking these. So I'll get around to doing all of this, but then we've got the Plutonium Pellets to do. So that is what we're going to work on next time. But first we need to do the HDP sheets, don't we? So we'll definitely get this done next time. But for now, let's just claim these quests. So it was the Red Matter we got done, wasn't it? So we're going to get something decent. That's not bad. I'll take that. And what else? Using Red Matter. Yeah, so I can craft up all the other stuff now. Now we've got a bit of that. Dimatter pedestal. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much there with projects here. I think I can now actually craft everything, and then I can use this for the star as well. So the Red Matter is actually the catalyst to use on the summoning altar for the final star recipe. If we'll just have a look in here. Yeah, so the recipe for this, the Red Matter is the catalyst. So we've done that bit. Just need to craft up everything else around the outside. And we're nowhere nearer to doing that just yet. I still haven't got all of this sorted. I'm not. Oh no, we can do this. Actually, I think we can craft this now. Tell you what. Let's get the first one ticked off. So we need 3 more Red Matter, don't we? Let's get that done. 3 of those. And then it was this, wasn't it? The Oblivion Shard. Do I have that? I don't have that. Right. I've definitely got some singularities. I've got tons of them. So let's just take one of these. And we'll craft a tiny TNT. And I just need an Ender Pearl as well. Right. So let's just do it here. I know one grass, but I can replace that easy. So we'll throw that down. And that. No, not magnet. That. And that. And then if we just blow those up, we now have the quantum entangled singularities. Tidy that up. And now we should be able to craft this, shouldn't we? Yes, there we go, Oblivion Shard. So that is the first thing for the star done, plus the Red Matter as catalyst. We're getting there. One thing ticked off. Very happy about that. And I need another star block below that as well. So actually I can do that. Take that one. All of that. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else to claim on there at the minute. But if we do anything else, thermal. Oh yeah, I got upgraded to these, didn't I? So yeah, that's gone pretty well. So we've got the fission reactor sorted to get the plutonium pellet, and we finally have the Red Matter. So we are definitely getting that little bit close to the star now. So next time we'll get on the HTP sheets and get the next stages going. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it there. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye bye.